No, a little less than that, but we're rolling pretty good here.
Dang. Why are you questioning Joe for?
Nah, it's all right.
I just want to learn about what kind of fucking studio we're in, dude. You fucking piece of shit.
Episode 6, Menace and The Man.
Yeah, ninny.
We're going to have Tyrone James call in, but he had to get to his training a little earlier. He's a local boxer. Probably in the next couple fights he'll step up on a national stage. He's fighting locally this weekend with another one of our guests that should be coming on hopefully shortly, Chris Algieri. Someone Dennis knows well.
Ooh, we've punched each other in the face many of times.
Does he help you out with nutrition as well?
Yep, and he does a little nutrition as well. He's got his, I think his master's in nutrition.
Yeah, I remember he was trying to be a doctor or going to be a doctor or something.
But he likes hurting people.
And you probably get paid better money.
For which one?
Punching people in the face.
Oh, well.
It takes a while to get to the point of a doctor where you make money. Yeah.
In the amount of time it takes for schooling, or the amount of time after you're done schooling?
Even after you're done schooling. You do like a residency before you're like an attending doctor. So you don't get paid like what people think.
Right, we were talking about that.
Yeah. You got to do like 5 years or 6 years.
All right, so you get your degree.
You get your degree.
Your first job as a residency? Resident. How much money would you say they're making a year?
Oh, I don't know. That's Googleable, I'm sure.
Fuck. So then how do you know, Stan?
Oh, you're asking for my argument?
Yeah.
Or my...
Like, how much do they make then their first year? I don't know. Well, then how do you know that they're...
50,000, 75,000?
About 50.
Yeah. Say we got a guy. So there you go, 50,000.
And then
they make like 500,000 to $1 million 5-6 years into being a doctor. When they become an attending, then they make the money.
Right. Like I said, I went and watched that fight in Madison Square Garden with the spine surgeon.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, you gotta come over here and meet my boss. He makes $22 million a year." I was like, "What?" And I saw him, and he looked like made $22 million a year. He had fucking really good hair.
We got to get them on Menace and The Man.
Really good skin.
We could probably start sending some of our guests to the spine surgeon, getting their spines fixed.
He was 6'2".
Now, are you going? You're not going to a spine surgeon. You just know him through life?
Well, I went to my buddy Dan Valmont's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And he put me in a nomad table where just nobody knew each other, kind of.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess we're sitting together. What's your name?
The mutants at table 9.
We were so far away too.
Yeah.
So Dan Valmont, what's up with that, my dude? So Dan Valmont is on the Olympic wrestling ladder.
Yeah. Isn't he used to be a coach at Hofstra, right?
He used to be assistant wrestling coach at Hofstra. I actually used to be his roommate for 6 months.
You were his roommate?
Yeah, for a little bit of time.
Back in the day?
Yeah. We did a bunch of power hours. Do you know what power hour is?
No.
You don't know what power hour is?
No. Drinking?
It is a drinking game. Yeah, where for 1 hour, you take 1 shot of beer. Or you could play it where for every minute on the hour, you take either a shot of beer or a chug of beer.
I clicked the link the other day that you were doing that with your Twitch followers. Or something like that.
I was doing, I'll drink a beer for every subscriber I got on Twitch.
What happens if you hit a fast pace, a quick little thing where people are subscribing to you?
Well, the thing is, so when you subscribe, it's not like YouTube and Instagram where you just click a button and all right, I'm following you. It's when you subscribe, you have to pay $4.99 a month.
Oh, that's how Twitch works?
Yeah, that's what a subscription is.
Oh, I didn't realize that was how Twitch works.
Yeah, so you have to pay. So it's not like people are
jumping on.
Yeah, it's you gotta bring something to the table,
Oh yeah.
So I think I bring a little humor. I'm not amazing at video games. Actually, I wouldn't consider myself to be good. I would consider myself to be average. Maybe a hair under average.
Under average. That's tough, man. I consider myself above average at some video games. Select video games.
We played video games together, you and I.
And I was trash at that game.
Well, I was better than you. But even in that game, I'm going to say I guess on that game, I'm average.
Call of Duty. Yeah, that was actually my first time playing.
Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4. Yeah, man, I'm into the video games. I've always been into them. But then I go through, you obviously with the Twitch have an angle where you kind of do it professionally. I go through lulls where sometimes I play a lot, sometimes I play a little, sometimes I play a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry I denied your friend request last night. I was in a full squad, dude. I was
an invite? Yeah,
you sent me an invite, and I was like...
Last night. That was the other night.
It wasn't last night?
No, that was a couple nights ago.
All these nights they're merging together.
Oh, you just don't even have a sense of time anymore? Did you train today?
Yeah, I fucking trained today, dude.
What'd you
fucking
do?
Jacked.
What'd you do?
I went...
was there a pro class?
Yeah, I did a pro class. I went with John Gotti, Chris Wade, Hugh McKenna. And then there's this amateur, I forget his name, but he's over 200 pounds. But I got in that ass!
I don't know who that is, yeah. So.
I think his name is Rob.
Rob? 200-pound Rob?
Yeah, he's jacked. He's a cop, too.
And what does he do? Is he a fighter, or he just comes in to...
I think he's an amateur.
Amateur? Just comes in to train?
Yeah. Ryan LaFleur ran the practice today.
Did Ryan train?
He ran the practice today.
Was he on the mat training?
Negative.
Or?
He ran the practice today.
Yeah, but I heard you say that 3 or 4 times, but you know what I mean. Usually he runs the practice and he's on the mat as well.
Alright.
A lot of times people who run the practice are on the mat as well. No?
I would say he trained with us today.
Yeah.
Versus he ran the practice today.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes they're the same thing, like I just said.
You know, I'm sick of your shit.
Sometimes they are the same thing as well.
You ever think about going and fucking off?
Me?
Yeah.
Where would I go to fuck off?
I don't know, maybe the other room, and I'll just fucking run this fucking podcast like a motherfucking man I am.
Yeah, if you want. You could try to run it out the man. It's up to you. What would you talk about? You're just going to talk about video games and...
No, I'd talk about how I fucking kick the shit out of you.
Out of me?
Yep.
No.
And how you fucking...
You don't even like fighting.
And how you're overweight. And how much you enjoy double gulp 7-Eleven Dr. Peppers.
Because they're delicious. What else you got?
Talk about your stupid glasses. When are you going to upgrade those things?
Oh, man. Now you're like going into like glasses. You know what I get? I get people talk. Like I was saying to people, I'm like, I just know Dennis is a dick. People were like, Dennis is like a dick on the podcast. He's a bully. Why is it like that? I'm like, that's just Dennis. Dennis came up in like, frat life almost. He came up in wrestling rooms.
Well, no, I think it's funny.
Well, no, I have a theory on this, and it's so true.
That's it.
And you've probably been in it and seen it. If there's 3 people in the room,
okay,
and 2 of them are athletes, or 2 of them are kind of athletes, it always turns out to where either the non-athlete and the athlete team up on one or the other person. It always winds up 2-on-1, always. Where it's like, oh yeah, so right now I'm dealing with you and Joe against me. Joe's laughing at your jokes, you're cracking jokes.
Well, the thing is, like, we don't know Joe, the sound technician, outside of this room,
it's
the
hard.
studio.
Uh-huh.
So the fact that he's laughing and doesn't really know us outside of this studio, I would imagine that other people listening to this podcast are kind of doing a little chuckle as well.
Maybe. Maybe people that know both of us a
I
little
think these people that come up to you like, Dennis is kind of a bully, they know you, and...
No.
They don't know you. People from the streets come up to you going, Dennis is a bully to you, huh?
No one on the street. We're not that big yet.
Okay.
You know who actually was the first person to say it was Moose? Moose was like, damn, Dennis is a dick. And I was like, yeah, that's just Dennis, bro. What do you expect?
It's really not. I don't know. I'm just...
No, I take it as...
I just get bored, and I'm like, you know what? Let's stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm going to make fun of my friend.
I take no offense to anything Dennis says. He's an idiot.
Well, actually,
what am I going to take offense to?
An idiot?
Yeah.
An idiot. I graduated high school with a Regents Plus.
I'll
have you.
I probably had better grades than you in high school. And I didn't even go to class. I didn't even go to school. And I used to ace all my tests.
I mean, there could be a good chance of this, Stan, but I was an elite athlete.
You were an elite athlete. This is true. This is true.
Where, you know what? I wasn't even like... yes, I was at class.
I wasn't allowed to play sports because I had a bad attitude.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. That happened.
Because you couldn't take direction, huh?
No, I wrestled 11th and 12th grade. 11th grade, I separated my shoulder, but I didn't find wrestling till late. And before that, I guess my sport career was misdirected. I was playing basketball, baseball, other shit. Having confrontations with teachers that would then carry over to sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having confrontations with teachers?
Yeah, like, I was not like a dick, but, just when teachers would be a dick to me, I'd be like, oh, no, not today. Wrong student. Wrong student. Joe knows what's up. I was that kid.
Yeah, I had enough of you. I want to talk to somebody else.
Who are you calling?
One of my buds. One of my broskies.
Hello.
Oh, Zang. Oh, dang. Oh, shit. Chris,
Sup,
what's
sup?
up? Welcome to
Going
Menace
on?
and The Man, dude.
Nice. Menace and The Man.
Yeah, it's me, the Menace, and you're talking to my buddy Stan the Man. Stan, say what's up.
What's going on, Chris Algieri? Welcome to Menace and the Man.
What's up, Stan? How are you, bro?
Good.
You know Stan, right, Chris?
I do, man.
A little bit in passing, I've met Algieri.
Yep.
And then Algieri actually was a ring announcer for a kickboxing fight I did many moons ago. And I was like, man, is that Chris Algieri doing the ring announcing? Killed it.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
good.
thank you.
So, Stan, I haven't told you yet, so I've been, texting with Chris. Hey, man, you gotta come on the show? And he's been answering me with, they make me giggle, yeah, Brody. Like, he's, and the thing is I know personally when I'm talking to people like that, it's because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great.
He's confident right now.
He's got a fight this Saturday, dude.
Friday.
It's going down.
Friday or
Yeah,
Saturday?
yeah.
I believe it's Friday.
It's Friday, yeah.
Oh,
Friday
okay.
night.
Dang.
November 30th.
So,
Yes, sir.
Chris, what, talk to me a little bit, because, you had some really big fights, and then when was the last time you fought?
Man, it's been about 2.5 years. April of 2016 was my last fight.
So what made you, and what were you doing in between your last fight and now?
So I was working as a nutritionist for a bunch of other fighters, you included, actually.
Yeah.
But I've been working with Daniel Jacobs. I've been in his last 4 camps, as a nutritionist and actual coach. I've been in the corner for his fights as well as Sullivan Barrera, which we've fought for a world title as well. So that's kept me pretty busy. Also worked with Stony Brook University as a consultant to their athletic department, helped working with all 300 of their athletes, which was a very exciting experience. And then just training, being along all of these guys while they're in camps. I just, I could not train. So
Right.
I was working right next to them.
So here's how my brain processed, Chris coming back and fighting again, is he's working with these top elite athletes. He's right there with them. And it's fuck it. Let me go whoop someone's ass and get paid for it, because I'm already ready. I'm putting in the hard work. Why not go reap the reward and have a little fun?
That's pretty damn accurate right there, man. I'm in there. I'm sparring with these guys. I'm working right next to them in camp. And then on fight night, I'm not used to not being in the ropes. I'm not used to not being the guy that, everyone's actually watching. And don't get me wrong. It's definitely
Rewarding. Yes.
It's very rewarding, yeah, but it's not the same.
Right.
It's not the same.
Right.
When they win, you win, but you don't win the same way.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when they lose, you lose, so it's oh man, it's all this, I'm not getting the full reward. I'm not reaping the full benefits. So it's, it's time to get back in there and take it.
Now, is this one just because, man, I put in the work, or is this a return? Is this I'm coming back, I'm going back for what's mine?
No, this is a return. I'm making a full-on title run. The sport's way too dangerous for me to just come back and be hey, fuck it, I want to do one more. Nah, I want to make a full title run. I want to be world champion. The landscape of the sport is open for me to do that. So myself and my team, we're confident about that. We're coming back to make some real noise.
So I saw a picture of you. I think it was today, bro. Shredded. That doesn't even describe the most vascular I've ever seen you in my whole life.
Yeah, man. That's. I don't know if it's just because I'm aging, or the maturity, or my diet, or just all the years of training have added up. But Yeah, everybody's saying like I'm just way more vascular than I've ever been. And honestly, I'm making weight easier than ever. I'm going back down to 140, which I haven't fought in even longer than I've been off. So, I feel great. Weight's coming off really great and feel strong.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Was this going to be at 147 or 140?
No. This title run's going to be at 140. Going back to the weight class where I'm undefeated, where I was world champion. I'm just better served for that weight class, so I'm looking forward to getting back in there in the weight class that I belong to.
Yes, and who's the opponent Friday night?
We got this really tough Mexican from Texas.
Okay.
His name is Angel Hernandez. He's a grinder. He's one of those guys who's been in with everybody. He's got an ugly record, but like he's always in there. He's always trying to win.
Yeah.
He's tough. He's never been down. He's never been knocked out. He's just one of those guys.
Right. I mean, because you're super tall for the weight class, I'm assuming that you outreach this guy by a ton.
Yeah. I think he's about 5'6" or something like that. Much shorter reach. So, got to go out there and use my skills, use my length, and that's what I love about 140. I've got great height for the weight class. I'm 5'10". I've got a 72-inch reach. So, being able to use those gifts of my stature, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's one thing I never really looked forward to when me and you did some rounds. Was like, man, I gotta get tagged twice before I can maybe get some, and you're still there. Close my eyes and just kind of run in. Hopefully he's there when I get there, But I'm eating a couple.
And especially when I'm with you, man, I was always just like, all right, I know he's coming. So I gotta get him at least a couple on the way in, so I can stay ahead.
Oh, Chris, one of my favorite stories that I tell anybody about, and you're in it, is when people get hit in the body and they fold and they fucking crumble to the ground. And the only time I've been hit in the body by anybody where I felt that was against you, and you hit me. And I just I went poker face. I took 2 steps forward, but in my head I was like, please do not throw anything else because I can't keep this. And you just I guess my reaction you missed. You just kind of backed out and circled around. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Lord, that he did not fucking keep coming with that.
Yeah, it would have been a bad moment.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember you saying it right at this point. You're like, bro, you just hit me. And I've never felt that before. I was like, yeah, I felt like I landed a good solid when I figured that it did something.
But poker face is a real thing, right?
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. You do not want to show. Listen, fighting is painful, and I don't care who you are. Getting hit, whatever. Even if you're not even getting hit, sometimes you crack something and you hurt your hand or whatever. But you don't want to show your opponent anything. Your opponent or your sparring partner or whatever, because that just spurs guys on, and they're gonna come and bring it. So
yeah.
Oh, Algieri's body works legit too. You watch his fights; that's one of his things. He digs to the body, like the best of them.
Yeah. Well, I actually showed this combo 2 weeks ago I teach a boxing class at Long Island MMA, and I stole it from Chris. He goes left hand jab, level change, body uppercut.
Yep.
Left hook,
all
uppercut,
the same side.
all same side, and just bang, bang, bang. No, but the 2 looks like it's coming, but he doesn't actually throw it.
Yeah.
And it's just exposes that full side, and one of them's getting through, if not all 3.
You know where I actually perfected that combination off of? I went into a fight with a broken thumb.
And on your right hand.
On my right hand, exactly. So I was throwing the combinations that I would normally throw, except I was just deleting the right hand. So I had a lot of people ask me, are you left-handed? I was like, no, I just actually had a broken thumb in that fight, so I was really trying not to throw it too much.
Damn.
And that really paid off when I fought for the title, Ruslan Pravanikov, because I injured my right eye. So I spent that entire fight keeping my right hand pinned to my eye.
Right.
I had a broken orbital. I couldn't risk getting even touched in that eye. So I literally used my glove as a headgear to cover that eye and just fought most of the fight with my left hand.
And that was one of the most inspirational fights I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah,
and I was there in person, and Chris is my guy, and I was like, fuck you, yeah. And when you went down, I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be one of those fights. Cause you see it happen, guy gets fucking melted early. It's happened to me. Yeah. And you fucking find out and come back, What was it actual? Because I know in my career, when I first started fighting, nothing hurt at all. You know, whereas sometimes I get hit with something because I become more comfortable with the cage now. That things actually, I feel them versus like this adrenaline rush. When your eye was fucked, were you like, fuck, this hurts? Or the adrenaline was...
No, I was like, fuck, this hurts a lot.
Okay.
I was hyper aware of what was going on. And dude, I got hit, and I went down, when you get hit, like I had that flash where, black, and you see the flashing, the white, the white flash, exactly. Bang! And I got hit, and I go down, and I got up right away, and I legitimately thought that he punched a hole in my face. I felt like his fist went inside my skull, like from my ear, my nose, my cheekbone, my lip. My lip was numb for like a month after that.
Jeez.
So I had this pain shooting down from like the middle of my nose down to like my upper incisor on my right side. Like, dude, my whole world was rocked. My whole face hurt. And the whole time, I literally, when people are like, wow, you're saying earlier, you don't show your opponent you hurt. I was rubbing my face. Everyone always commented, like, why are you, like, you were rubbing your face? Because I was literally looking to see if there's a hole in my face. I legit thought his fist went in through my skull. And I was like, is my face still here?
What was the aftermath of that? Did you have a broken orbital?
Yeah, I broke my orbital actually in 3 places. And I broke my nose.
So you fought 11 rounds with a broken orbital?
Yeah.
And that dude's a beast. You've seen him before, right? He's like a Siberian tank.
He was one of my favorite fighters, and when he was fighting on Friday Night Fights on ESPN, I used to watch him. Be like, man, this guy's a fucking monster. I love watching this guy fight. He was a killer. Hit super hard.
And then you probably had flashbacks of those fights that you watched of his after he busted your eye up, thinking like, oh no, I'm about to make his highlight reel.
Well, I was like, man, he hits as hard as they say he does. Shit. I need to not get hit anymore.
And you didn't.
No. I was working really hard not to.
And now we were talking before about some, like, me and Dennis don't know anything about it, but doctors, is that still the plan, going into medicine after your boxing career?
Honestly, like the landscape of medicine has changed so much, and just the way education is, and I think I can do a lot more good, and that's really what I've always wanted to do, is just help people and share my knowledge and experience through nutrition. I think that with the epidemics that are going on in this country, and a lot of the health concerns, a lot of it's diet related, or a lot can be treated in that way. So I think that my ability to help more people is probably better served, through nutrition rather than through medicine.
Like when I see people like get cancer and stuff like that, in my head I'm like, man, I feel like if you just change your diet and start doing the right things, that you could almost cure it. I mean.
It's really amazing. I mean, we with that old moniker, you are what you eat. Like, it's so true. Like, you are what you eat. Our body is meant to heal itself. Our body is meant to be able to recover from these diseases and these ailments. But we need to put the right fuel into it, the right building blocks for our body to be able to rebuild and to heal and to recover. And I think the problem is that in the society that we live in, the food culture that we have, we're putting garbage into our bodies and expecting it to fight off these monsters of disease, and it's just not possible.
And you work with a sick team, and I work with them a little bit too, nutritionists, and you guys do clinics and stuff like that. Can you expand on that a little bit more?
Yeah, so a couple partners of mine, guys that I've worked with my own team, who Dennis, you're very familiar with, guys like Tony Ricci, who is one of the smartest men I've ever met and is my nutrition mentor. Dr. Corey Peacock is he's my exercise physiologist and someone that I refer to constantly during my own training camps. Phil DeRue, who's down in Florida and training with a lot of great UFC fighters right now. We decided to put our heads together and kind of make an institute about fight science, when we call it the Fight Science Institute. And it's basically a way to share knowledge on the most up-to-date information related to strength training, nutrition, for fight sports, for combat sports, for boxing, MMA, kickboxing. And we're just trying to put out good information, and put our heads together and try and share as much of our own experience and education as possible.
Now, you guys have a schedule. Let's say someone wants to attend one of these seminars. How can they do that?
Following our social media is probably the best. The Fight Science Institute, at the Fight Science Institute on Instagram can kind of keep you up to breast about what's coming up next. We had an inaugural seminar up in New York about a month ago. We've got some more coming up in 2019, and we're going to be bouncing around the country. We did New York. We've got Florida on tap. We're looking at the West Coast as well, whether it be LA or Las Vegas or Texas is another one that we're talking about. So we've got a lot of options, a lot of places to go and set up shop, but we just want to spread that information as much as possible.
So one thing I like about the Menace and the Man versus other podcasts, or, and I get interviewed for fights all the time, is like you get asked all the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I like about mine? Hey, Chris, are you single?
Dude, they actually ask me that all the time. That wasn't
Really?
Dude, that was not.
Well, hang on. Whoa. Hang on.
All the time.
You know what? That sounded really like I was interested, but I'm not. I want to talk about, because Chris Algieri is a complete stud. And sometimes, like when I first had kids, Chris comes up to me like, dude, why? Why did you do that? What is wrong with you? And so sometimes I like living through Chris a little bit and just hearing a little something about what are some pickup lines you got, Chris? Like what's your line of attack?
Pickup line. Okay, so this is funny. So a lot of times, especially when I was younger, my younger years, people ask me like, "Oh, where do you meet these girls? Like, how do you?" I'm like, I meet them wherever I am. It just so happens that you hang out in 7-Elevens, and I hang out in upscale parties in New York City.
That's where Stan hangs out. He's got a double gulp right now.
Bro, where are you? Dennis, I pull hot chicks. I don't know where you're getting or thinking that I hang out in 7-Eleven. I'm pulling 7-Eleven chicks.
All right, so continue, Chris.
But I would say, you meet people where you're at. So the company you keep and the places that you're around, that's the kind of people that you meet. So if you're, hanging out in 7-Elevens, you're gonna pick up those kind of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't know. I don't think I'm not really a pickup guy. A pickup line guy. I never really was. Whenever I was out with my guys, I think my guy friends actually benefit a lot when we're out because we'll be talking to girls, whatever, and I'm kind of standoffish. I'm just kind of like, doing my own thing. And, the girls be like, what's wrong with that guy? Like, what's wrong with your friend? How come, he's not that nice? And my friends would be like, yeah. And that gives them a reason to talk to him. But turns out I always end up taking him home anyway. So, sorry, guys.
You also do some modeling as well, right?
I have. I've done some commercials and some modeling and some acting. And I dabble in that kind of stuff.
Right.
Nothing too serious. Doesn't pay the bills. I wouldn't say.
Like when I have been single, my move is to, if I have one of my buddies with me, it works out better. I try to just do my own thing, like you were talking about, and then or I'll be talking to a girl and I'll have my buddy come up like, oh, Dennis. You're Dennis Bermudez. I'm like, oh, what's up, dude? Can we take a picture? I'm like, yeah, I guess. And then have them be like, oh man, this guy's a legend. I'm like, and then have them leave. And I'm like, that happens sometimes. And they're like, what? Who are you? I'm Dennis Bermudez. And then they get out the social media. They have a look.
Oh, dude, I would have loved to have been that guy to do that for you. That sounds awesome. I think I was the opposite. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm a substitute school teacher. I'm currently out of work.
Right. Well, I'll do the opposite. Like you look like a fighter. Like, I'm actually a ballerina. But I think I go too extreme where it's like, you're not a ballerina, Dennis.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't want
to
them
look like a fighter. Yeah.
You should just go with you own a landscaping company or something like that.
Well, they'll believe it, dude. I'm fucking proud. I don't want them. I want them to be like, nah, but I really think.
And then when they question you, be like, I'm the biggest landscaper on Long Island. You don't know me? You don't know me? Look
you
me
don't
up.
know me.
Look me up.
Look me up.
Yeah, but
Google me, bitch.
Dude, one time I was talking to a girl and she did not care about it. I was like, you got your phone out? You got Google? And she didn't care. She was into me. But I kept pushing it. and I fucking just buried it.
I could see some girls not being interested in that.
I ruined it so bad.
Like you had her on the hook and you totally lost her. She's like, yeah, I'm just not.
I didn't even have to say anything. I just had to just be like, just
be
hi.
Dennis instead of tell her about Dennis.
I think I was drinking.
That's usually how it goes down.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you wrapped up training, right? I'd assume fight week, only thing you got going on now is just trying to make weight, but you don't seem like you got a lot of weight to cut, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, even at this stage, Dennis, you know how it is, man. It doesn't matter how good the camp goes. Like everybody cuts weight, especially at the elite levels. There's still weight to be cut. And I've always done it. And Dennis and I. I mean, man, how many fights did I help you with over the years? It's got to be
Well, it's not only like physically in terms of what I'm eating, but like mentally, like Chris. I weigh this much right now. Like, am I good? And you're like, yeah, man, you're good. But it's
that's really what I'm alluding to. Like, Dennis would hit me up and be like, bro, I'm this much right now. And like, I'm kind of panicking. Should I worry? And I'm just like, no, man, you're good. And he'd be like, oh, dude, I love talking to you. And I'm like, that's it. You're good, man. Because this is my stance, especially with a guy like Dennis. I'm like, Dennis is a dog. He's gonna make the weight. I know he's going to make the weight. Right. My job is to make sure that he refuels properly and after the scale that he's going to put in the right foods and he's going to feel okay. I know he's going to make it. I'm not worried about him making it. As long as he's within range, and that's kind of our idea, we can kind of fine-tune things in here. I'm just trying to make it comfortable enough and get him to within close enough range where I know he's just going to push through it and make it. So I was never worried about him. I was more worried dealing with, a couple other guys, like Ryan LaFleur, for example.
He's a big mofo.
Man, he's a big dude, and just body type.
Right. He's a lot like you.
He has no fat to lose.
He's got lean. Long, lean muscle mass, whereas I'm a little fluffy. I got these doughy, big muscles.
Yeah, I used to be into dieting and nutrition when I was a little bit skinnier. I used to use a diet from Algieri that I got from LaFleur, and it worked like a charm anytime I ever used it.
Used to. Oh, I love it.
Used to be skinny. I'm one of those people you got to save, Algieri. I need a little bit of a nutrition consultation.
Well, you can go to a seminar, dude.
Yeah, I'll be attending
check out his seminar and keep up with the Instagram. There's always good stuff on there, and good recipes, good food, good ideas on how to go about everything. So,
have you ever done a cooking with the Menace with Chris Algieri?
Oh, you bet your ass we did.
Sure,
one out there, right?
Yeah, we did. He's got these like super shakes he makes. Like a pre-workout and post.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a chef, Chris Algieri. I've seen him on Instagram. He's killing it.
Well, because Chris, I think we've talked about this. I was like, dude, whenever you cook and you put up these plates, they look so like art. And you're like, well, I used to be an artist, right? Is that what you?
Yeah, so that's actually that's kind of like my first passion as a kid growing up. Like I used to just love to draw, and like everything was about art and making it look good. And so for me, and I don't draw anymore. I don't really have any kind of artistic outlet other than my food at this point. So that's kind of like where the flair of the look of my dishes comes from. It's important for me visually to make these dishes look good because that's part of the process too. Like when you're eating a good meal, if I go out to dinner and I order a meal and it comes out and it looks like shit, I'm gonna be pissed.
Right.
Like you want it to look good too. That's part of the process. You see it, you smell it, you taste it, you feel good after it. Like that's the whole process. So it's got to look good too.
So you like your ladies to come out in like sexy lingerie. I just want everything off. So when I make food at home, I just put it right, like it doesn't even come off the pan sometimes.
It's on a paper plate.
No, I'm eating it like as it's ready in the pan. Mm-hmm. So like when I'm hanging out with a girl, like what you're wearing off. Chris is like, you know what? Put this on for me.
Yeah, hold on. Take a look around the room first.
Spray yourself with this. I want to get all my senses
stimulated.
Yeah, straight up. When I'm cooking, people are like, I'll be starving, and I'm just like, I'm plating the food. I'm making it look, and I'm putting it down. I'm taking my time. And sometimes like after I'm done like cooking like a big meal, like I don't even want to eat it. I'm just like, man, I've just put all that work in, and I'm sitting down and finally get to kind of like chill and relax. I'm like, I just want to look at this thing for a little bit because it looks good.
Well, now you're a full-time nutritionist for a lot of these guys. So you're cooking their breakfast, lunch, and dinner or providing them with meals?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dana Jacobs was the first guy that I came on and was actually a full-time nutritionist, chef, and then going into like the weight cut and refeed. So like for Dana Jacobs, for example, which I've also done for Sullivan Barrera as well, I would design what the layout of their training camp would look like from a nutritional standpoint. So take their weight in the beginning of camp, take their body fat, take their current hydration level, and then calculate where we need to be coming into fight week to understand exactly how we're going to make the weight the best way possible and be the biggest, strongest guy we possibly can be on fight night. And then from there, I'm with them day to day. And that was a big part of when I took this job was like, I want to be there. I want to see everything. I need to see what his training looks like. I need to see what his metabolic output's going to be, so I know what to put into him. One, to fuel him properly for that actual that session, and two, so he can recover and do it again either later that day or the next day. Because then you're going to look at this, being a professional fighter at the highest level, you're training 2-3 times a day, 5-6 days a week. It's insane. You're spending more time recovering from last session. Actually, all the time is recovery. You're always recovering. Yep. You're constantly recovering from the last session, getting ready for the next session. Because you're never spending more than 24 or even 30 hours, would probably be the most, without doing something and something hard. Yeah. So the recovery process is really, really important, and how you feel your body is vital.
So I mean, I was actually thinking about this on the ride over here to the studio, and I was just like, why did Chris Algieri ever get into fighting? He's the smartest guy. Not only you're one of the smartest guys I know on earth, and by far the smartest fighter I know. Like, what made you decide, like, you know what? I just want to hurt people bad.
Well, that's it. I'm just a fucking fighter, dude. Like, this is like, I played every sport growing up, and like nothing did it for me the way that getting into a fucking fight did. You know, like
your brother? You had an older brother, right?
So I have an older brother, and I was not a very athletic kid growing up at all. My brother was like a super athlete. Like, he was a swimmer, a baseball player. Like, he lifted weights in high school and college. Like, he was just like this. He was a stud. And I wasn't, and I kind of like was always in his shadow when it come to athletics. But at the same time, he was really like a father figure to me, and took me around everywhere to all his friends and all the time. But he used to make me fight a lot.
What's the age difference?
It's a 5-year gap. He's 5 years older.
That's the same as me and my older brother. And he was a monster too. So as I came up, like, you know, I got older, I'm like, yo, what's your mile record? 5 minutes? Okay, 4:59, bitch. Beat that. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, there's different ways to go about it. I couldn't compete. I couldn't compete with my brother. I couldn't beat him in the things. You know, he was like all state in swimming and the butterfly and like all these ridiculous things. I just could not compete. But then I found fighting, and I found martial arts, and but like I said, he made me actually fight a lot when growing up. Like, we'd be hanging out in the street. He would like literally make a street fight. Like, he'd be like, "Yo, my brother can kick your brother's ass," or he'd be like, "Yo, my brother can beat your brother. My brother could beat your brother, you know, in a foot race." And I'd be like, "No, I can't." And then we'd race, and I'd lose. And he goes, "Yeah, my brother could kick your brother's ass." I'd be like, "No, he's 2-3 years older than me." And I had to fight him, and we'd fucking fight. I vividly remember being at like after a baseball game at the baseball fields, like surrounded in a group, and me fighting another kid. Fight! Yeah, literally. Like, and they were laughing and like fucking having a grand old time watching, you know, little kids fight.
That's crazy.
So what was your record then back in the day?
I got my ass kicked a lot back then. Shit, man. Because he always had me fighting bigger kids, and then his friends would beat me up. I don't know. It wasn't very good, my record.
500?
Probably less.
Wow.
Well, you had a lot of fights out of your weight class. Out of your skill and weight class. A lot of fights out of my weight class, out of my age group, a lot of that.
Because that's my favorite guy that comes into the gym. He's like, yeah, you guys sparring in here? Like, have you done any kind of fighting? Like, no, I'm undefeated on the streets. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. I follow up with, what's your record?
99-1.
No, undefeated. 99-0. Yeah.
99-0. 99-0 street fights.
Or they would be like 99-1. I'm like, well, that's not undefeated, my friend. Get out of here. Yeah. Kick rocks.
Kick rocks. That's awesome.
So Chris, how can people watch your fight this Friday night?
I believe it's going to be streamed on something. I don't even actually know what it's going to be streamed on. Just this is kind of like a grassroots, homegrown kind of show. Really doing it for
if they really want to see,
local flair,
they come to the Paramount in Huntington.
Yes, come to the Paramount. Come check it out.
And you live in Huntington, no?
I do. This is my hometown homecoming.
How far is it from your house to the Paramount?
Legit 10 minutes. Not even.
Damn.
Are you going to the fight Friday?
Yeah, Chris, my boy.
Oh yeah, I'll be
Of
there.
course.
We'll be
Gotta
there.
That's it.
Algieri, every
Yeah.
time he's fought at the Paramount, he packs the place out and the crowd's nuts. So it should be a good
It's
night.
nuts. I'm telling you, that place will be louder and more energetic than a 10,000 seat arena. It's insane in there.
Do you do after parties?
I do. We're gonna go to my buddy's spot, Rust and Gold in Huntington. It's like right around the corner. It's awesome. Big ass sports bar.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Very
interesting.
But Chris, how can people? We'll let you get back to your recovery and get ready to throw down this weekend. I'm excited for it. How can people follow you?
Just if you can spell my name, you can find me for my Instagram and all my handles. It's Chris Algieri. That's just me. If you can just search me on Instagram or Twitter. And I think Instagram's probably the best way, or just chrisalgieri.com. There's all links for that anyway. So,
like I said before, he's smart, dude, and that right there is clever.
Oh yeah. We want to thank
Keep
you
it
again.
simple.
We want to thank you again for joining us, Chris. We'll see you Friday night, and I'm sure 2019. Everybody, keep a lookout for Chris Algieri. I'm sure he'll be fighting for a title again.
Thank you guys. I really
Whoop,
appreciate
whoop.
you having me.
Thanks for coming
It's
on,
been a good
Chris.
time. Absolutely.
All right, take care, Chris. We'll talk to you soon.
Later, guys. Yep.
He actually kind of reminds me of like the American Psycho.
I was gonna say nicest guy in the world too.
Yeah, because like he's well spoken, well dressed. His hair is nice. He's well groomed. You know what I mean?
Well,
and then he will body shot you, and like the look in his face is like, what?
Part of how he would say he
doesn't
may
make
know me
sense.
is I remember when he was the ring announcer, he made sure that he got my last name. So I obviously have a difficult to pronounce last name. He made sure that he got my last name, and I was like, oh shit, Chris Algieri's like putting in work right now. He's not just mailing in this ring announcing appearance, you know. And then he went up there, did the voice and everything, like, you know, he was a ring announcer, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucking
Right, he didn't use like his normal voice, like he projected
yeah.
and like. Well, he doesn't half-ass anything.
No, like that's what I'm saying.
Otherwise,
Like I
that's
saw him
right.
walking in there, and I was like, oh, fighter's the ring announcer, and then he was like, nope, I'm the ring announcer, you know. And I was like, oh shit, it's on. So what do we think? Do we think we try to call Big Baby Miller, see what's up with them?
Yeah,
Or we can move right on to Tito Ortiz, who was victorious this weekend.
he did.
We'll get him back on, beat up an old man, but he got that vengeance back. Laid Chuck Liddell out. You saw that? He tried to do the celebration. You watched the fight? They fucked at him, though.
Why'd they do that?
I don't know. I guess they thought he was going to attack the guy or something, but then it's like he's crawling on the cage. Crawling on the floor on the other side of the cage.
Hang on, a part of me was like, he's the main event. You've never seen one of his fights that you're going to stop his, like, almost patented celebration?
Well, now, what protocol did they give you before the fight? Like, I know they say don't jump on the cage, but did they, I know that, like, every fight, you have those commission members that, like, follow you around the cage.
So, I mean, I feel
You're
like...
supposed to immediately, if a knockout, go on the other side of the cage, right? Like, and they try to keep you away from the guy while medics tend to him.
Right.
But it's like, those guys physically can touch you?
Hang on, he was in, like, the middle of the cage, though, when he was doing it. It wasn't like he was, like, on top of him.
He wasn't on top of him. Yeah. I think that they get there to try to stop you from going on top of him, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I mean, maybe they talked some smack during the presser to pump up the fight and, you know, like, bad blood. And because, I mean, for example, like, after Conor Khabib, almost...
Where were they there? They weren't grabbing nothing.
Yeah, but Khabib wasn't well, no, he was about to, like, you want to fucking keep talking shit? And, they held him back a little bit there. But, like, he wasn't doing, like, a celebration.
No.
Like,
even there,
it was very clear that
Tito was celebrating.
Yeah, Tito was...
saying.
He was fake shoveling.
Like, they let Khabib run and jump over the cage, and, like, one dude casually seemed like tried to stop him, but Tito was like, I'm celebrating. They were like, whoa, you going crazy.
I like how, though, even though they were, like, pulling on him and tugging him and, like, pushing him back, he, like, kept doing it.
Didn't stop, didn't break character, didn't look up,
like,
didn't do nothing.
When I start this, I'm finishing it. I don't care where.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can try Big Baby.
Yeah, we were trying to get Big Baby Miller on, possible future heavyweight champion, but
Let's give him a shout. Let's see
first
what happens.
he wasn't answering Dennis. Then Dennis gave him the cricket emoji,
Yeah.
and he responded to that, said absolutely. But now he's
I don't know. Hopefully we don't get ghosted right now.
he's tied up right now.
Because the thing is, like, I would talk smack, but he's a big
He's
dude.
a big dude. Even if me and you try to hop him, good luck.
Me and you, right? That would be a tough one.
We'll try, and he'll lay one of us out real quick, and then he'll be like, all right, so now I'm fighting you, just you.
Because I watch him.
And then I'd be like, yeah, Dennis is always a dick. Good thing you did that, baby.
Who goes first?
Obviously me, because I'm taller. He's gonna lay me out though, so it's you versus him.
What do we leave on his voicemail?
Let's see if he's got it set up.
Yo, you reach Big Baby.
Please leave your message for...
Yo, Big Baby. What's up, man? It's Dennis the Menace Bermudez from Menace and The Man.
And Stan the Man, we were trying to get you on the show. Hopefully we can get you on maybe later on tonight or next week.
I miss you, dude. Hope all is well, my dude. Yo, if you need me to come through and, like, fuck some shit up, like, you know I got your back.
Yeah, right. Man. We'll come through with hot motherfuckers for you. Hit us up, Big Baby.
All right, peace. Well, no Big Baby.
No Big Baby. We tried. We can't say we didn't try.
He is a big dude.
Real big dude. Oh, yeah.
The thing is, because I watch his highlights on his Instagram, and it looks like he's not even trying against these guys. And they're just falling down. I'm like, what? It doesn't even look like he tried to hit him that hard.
I think all heavyweights at that size, it's tough to put combinations together, throw 50 punches, or even throw punches, accumulation of punches every round. He's able to put a pace on guys that I think other heavyweights, he's like a throwback.
No,
almost.
but what I'm saying is, like, when Mike Tyson used to throw down, like, you could see the explosiveness out of him.
Yeah.
And, when the punch came and it wound up, you were like, this is gonna hurt.
This is a 100-pound weight difference we're talking about. Big Baby weighs 300 pounds.
But Big Baby hits a dude, and they're like, bloop, and it's like what I'm saying is, like, when Mike Tyson threw punches, it looked like he was trying to hit your head
Big Baby don't even look like he's trying.
The stadium, but where Big Baby, like, he's not even like gritting his teeth, and this dude's like, bloop, going down. I'm like,
Oh yeah, he's a
I
beast.
want that.
I wanted to get him on, man. I've done commentary with him a few times at the New York Fight Exchange.
He'll get on. He'll get on.
I was going to invite him to the next New York Fight Exchange, get him to come do some commentary with us at the show. He's always at the fights, and he's like the most jovial dude.
Yeah.
He's literally done commentary with me like 3 times.
Love his trash talking.
I love just his personality. It's bright.
Yeah.
It's bright for fighting. Like I said, I wanted to ask him about Wilder and Joshua because they're both kind of ducking him right now.
Because he makes fun of people, but in a joking manner, and
he's not malicious
mean
with it.
About it. Yeah.
No.
He's not like, I'll eat your kids.
The only way it's malicious is if you have soft feelings, and you're like
right.
a bitch.
He'll have like an Instagram post where he's like, oh, look, it's Wilder. He's a duck over there. See the duck over that's Wilder. I like that.
Even all that shit, like insults, yeah. I think all that shit's funny. Like people, sometimes people say oh, it's wrong or it's not the way that they like fighting to be, but I think to each their own.
Well, like we spoke about on the car ride here, it's good for boxing because boxing has to compete with MMA now and all these other organizations like you were talking about.
Oh yeah, we were also listening to an interview of Dana White on the ride in, and he was shitting on Oscar De La Hoya. They called him Oscar De La Weirdo, was talking about his drug abuse in the past. So definitely throwing some fire Oscar De La Hoya's way for trying to step into the MMA landscape. I think even what I heard in the interview too, Dana seemed like he was a little pissed, that Chuck got beat up like that. He's been trying to tell the guy not to fight, and then someone puts on the fight, and the guy gets laid out.
And it's tough, and I'm sure Chuck is feeling some type of way about it. Have your parents ever told you like, "Hey, don't do that," and you're like, "You don't know what you're talking about," and then you do it, and then they were right, and you're like,
John Hackleman didn't corner him for the fight. Chuck, didn't know John Hackleman, right? The guy who cornered Chuck and trained Chuck for his whole career.
Because
wouldn't corner him, didn't want any part of it for this fight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and De La Hoya put the fight on, and
so we'll have to ask.
He was training with legit people, like a legit team in
California.
I saw Antonio
his...
McKee and those guys, but it's just that 48 years old trying to teach an old dog new tricks type shit.
Right. Well, his body looked like
he looked good.
He looked great.
Both of them
aesthetically.
Both of them looked aesthetically great.
But then I would watch him hit mitts, and I'm like, that's what you're doing? That's what you...
People weren't sure if they were fucking with him, and even now I see people giving Tito a lot of hate, and then I saw Tito post which is true. Chuck called him out.
Right.
And then Tito made it happen. Was like, all right, you sure you want to do this? I'll fucking pull the strings and I'll get this shit to happen.
Right.
And then, so you can't really hate on Tito for that. He just took a fight with the guy.
Should we get Tito on right now?
We'll try. We'll give him a few minutes. I'll message him, see what's up. He's usually punctual, so.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but Tito's one of our boys here on Menace and The Man, no bigs. You know?
Tito's a good dude. It was good to see him win, get that win back. It's always tough to see anyone lose, especially a guy that you're a fan of. Like, to watch Chuck lose like that wasn't fun.
Yeah, I was doing a little streaming and I was watching the fight and I was calling the fight as I saw it and I was just like it looked like Tito was pawing at him and the shots were hurting him. It seemed Tito was just feeling him out and they were like touching Chuck and Chuck was like almost like Tito, belted him. I was like, what the?
Oh, it seemed like at first Tito was respecting the past, and Tito was giving him that,
Right.
you looked good, his body looked good, so he was like, all right, maybe this is that Chuck, and he just wanted to slide a little bit, but then it just looked like he was gun-shy, Chuck. Tito is fresh in the game, 43, he's been fighting. Tito looked good in that fight. I even thought before the fight with Liam Aguirre, Tito was on a run, in Bellator.
Yeah.
And he was beating up Liam Aguirre, and then he got caught in like that weird reverse triangle shit. So I had him calling in for Raid. I told him, hit me up when he's ready. So any minute we should have Tito Ortiz. Have we heard anything from Usman?
Nah. I texted him 8:30ish.
All right.
But it's fight week for him too.
He's probably in wherever. Where is that fight?
It's in. It's gonna be at
Vegas?
in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think it's an Ultimate Fighter finale.
Yeah. So he's in Vegas right now, I'm sure, doing all types of media shit.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to speaking with him because a lot of people don't know he was one of my coaches on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. If people go back and watch that, the throwback fight against you
Hang on. He was learning how to fight. He came on the Ultimate Fighter as a wrestling coach because he was working wrestling with Mayhem Miller and those guys, and strictly wrestling. And then just being around MMA, he started like dabbling in it and like hitting pads and stuff like that. And now he's fighting for a #1 contendership, which is pretty cool.
You think him versus RDA is #1 contender?
Yeah. Well, I think if he wins, he's a #1 contender. I think if RDA wins, RDA might need like one more. Is that fair?
I don't know. The 170 division is now looking a little bit all over the place.
Because who beat RDA?
Colby for an interim title. And now the rumor is Colby and Tyron are finally going to fight. I don't know who would be next. If it would be Usman after that.
Hang on, that doesn't make any sense.
What?
So, Colby beat RDA.
Woodley was out for a little bit.
Got you.
And they needed a title
Yes.
fight.
So if RDA beat
Colby, he would have been the interim champion.
Right.
But he lost.
Okay, so I think I actually call him Kush.
Who?
Usman.
Usman. Why do you call him Kush?
That's how when he came onto the show, that's how he was introduced to me.
Kush. Is that a weed reference?
I don't know.
Well, maybe he smokes weed.
We can ask him.
I've
never seen him smoke weed.
I wouldn't think your nickname is Kush if your name's not Cushman or Kush,
Well, no, I think it's. We'll have to ask him. There's.
I know I've heard people call his first name Marty.
Right, because it's Kamaru.
Yeah, so they've shortened it to Marty and called him Marty Usman. Like I've heard Ben Askren refer to him as that, and in the wrestling circles, they knew him as Marty Usman before he came into MMA.
Got my strength coach texting me.
Who's this, Rob?
Like, leave me alone, dude. Can you see I'm trying to do a podcast? Like, I'm over here pimping fighters, like trying to, shoot it up with them a little bit, and you're like texting me? Like, how do you not know that Menace and The Man runs recording between 7 and 9 p.m. on a Tuesday?
Rob never listened.
You big stupid.
Rob
you know what?
Rob
He might get leg kicked as soon on site tomorrow.
Rob never listened.
Like, what was that for? Like, you listen to the podcast today and you'll find out.
Yeah, I'm just saying you never listened to the show, Rob.
You pissing pants ass little boy.
Yeah.
You lucky I don't spit in your mouth.
So definitely for a future, we'll keep working on Big Baby because I definitely want to get Big Baby on, especially if he becomes the heavyweight champion. So then we'll say we interviewed the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
We definitely got to work for that one.
Well, he's a great trash talker.
Oh yeah, great trash talker. So
maybe we'll try and make a segment like, all right, Big Baby, like you gonna come at me, I'm gonna come at you. Go. Let's practice.
A segment of what? Trash talk?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I know. Well, the thing is, I might cheat and like start like making up lines now.
Yeah. Oh, so you'll just come into it like put him on the spot.
Like doing research on him and stuff.
Ooh. But then still, he's 300 pounds, man.
Right.
300 pounds.
Like you little Mexican, you made me look bad on your little podcast. I'm gonna fuck you up.
300 pounds, agile. Agile as fuck for 300 pounds. He could kickbox too. You know that, right?
Yeah.
He's only lost to Crow Cop.
Because I met him. Really?
Yeah, he's like 21-2, and he has 2 losses to Crow Cop.
Damn.
Yeah, he's fucking legit. He's tremendously large. When I sat next to him, I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, take that seat. Who's sitting here? I don't. You're sitting there now."
Do you think he flies first? Do you think he flies first class?
I don't know. I would assume, right?
Because that's a big
tight squeeze, or it's a tight squeeze for him and whoever's sitting next to him.
I would be fucking furious if he was sitting middle. Like what?
I would hope the airline sees something like that and corrects it and somehow, puts him in a select chair, like an oversight. They gotta have a protocol for that.
Bro.
No?
They don't give a fuck about you. They're trying to get your dough, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But I was gonna say, before you went there, we have a sponsor called Terp House, and you could use the code MANSHOW and get 20% off.
Man Show?
MANSHOW.
That's the code.
That's the code.
Who came up with this code?
I came up with the code.
So you went, well, I'm Stan the Man.
No, I went MANSHOW because then I actually figured you could do your own code on a whole different thing. I was looking out for you on your own thing. I figured MANSHOW would be the show. So, MANSHOW, 20% off.
Fuck you.
Go to Terp House.
I'm sick of you and your shit.
Or you can go use code Menace, and it won't work for anything.
That's what we're doing here, huh?
I guess then I'll fucking have them switch it to code Menace if you want. I figured eventually you'd get into CBD and want your own thing.
No, so I want us to come together as a full. All right, Big Baby wants me to call him.
Now he wants you to call him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I told you this was gonna happen.
Yeah. Tell our boy Tito, we're talking to Big Baby. Big Baby. You want to do your little intro?
I guess so.
Fucking piece of shit intro.
Hello?
Big Baby.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on? Stan the Man here. I'm with Dennis the Menace Bermudez. Welcome to Menace and The Man.
Big Baby! What up, kid?
What's going on, guys?
What's good?
We're glad we finally got you on. We just spent 15 minutes riffing about the man, the future heavyweight champion of the world, Jarrell Big Baby Miller.
Let's crack a lacking, guys. Let's finish eating the cheeseburger real quick. So
Yo, how many cheeseburgers you eat a week?
this week, I only ate 2, man. I mean, so I'm kind of slow over this week, but we're gonna pick it up next week.
On average, what's your average burger intake a week?
What's my average burger intake a week?
Yeah.
No more than 3. No more
Okay.
than 3. I wouldn't say no more than 3.
What's your
We're slowing down red meat right now.
okay? What's your favorite burger joint?
Oh man, there's a couple of different ones, man. We got I like Bobby Fille's Burger Palace. We got some pretty good ones. Five Guys.
Yeah,
one of
Five
my
Guys.
favorite ones.
You gotta go double,
man,
right?
but, yeah, man, gotta go doubles, man. Gotta go doubles. But I still love my Big Macs though, man. The Big Mac attack.
Right.
McDonald's is where it's at.
Right. Big Baby, who are the heavyweights throwing down this weekend?
Yeah, the heavyweights throw down this weekend.
Yeah, it's Tyson Doodle and Beyonce Wilder this Saturday. So I won't be there to see the circus. I got some other things I got to take care of. But we'll see who wins.
Who you got in that one?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking, Wilder just because of the power he has. You know what I mean? But you never know. You never know. This is boxing. The fight game. Anything can happen.
Oh yeah, it's a pick'em fight. I think people are kind of counting Fury out. I feel like there's a chance though he could stick and move and outbox. Ooh, we got a little feedback on your end.
Yeah, what's going on over there, dude? You in a club?
Yeah. I'm actually on the Cheesecake Factory. With one of my promoters, we're talking some business real quick about some stuff in. And I said, damn, I gotta call. I gotta wait for you guys to call me, man. I forgot.
Oh, that's all good, man. Well, no, I know what it's like when people are trying to have me on podcasts or interview me. I'm like, man, I don't fucking want to do that shit. You know,
you gotta
that's
catch
why I
people quick.
get it. When you're touch and go with coming on, but I want to try and make it like I'm trying to make it fun though. What's your Are you single these days? Like, what's the girl situation? You got a baby mama? You got what's?
Yeah, man. I'm good in that department, man. I'm chilling, man. I got my shorty. You know what I mean?
All right, I mean, my next thing was like, yo, does the champ pull tail? You know, that's where I was gonna go with
listen,
it.
Listen, don't get that. Listen, I'm not gonna blow myself out the border, but your boy got swag. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Well, I see it.
Yeah, your boy. Listen, I can talk. I can sell water to a well any day, but you know, I choose to be reserved. You know what I mean? Because you know when you climb into the top, these two heads, they pull any spin on you. So you know, I kind of just keep to myself. You know,
Right.
You know, 99.9% of the time.
Well, I mean, I think it's putting yourself in shitty positions. Like, you know, people that get in trouble a lot, it's because you put yourself in those shitty positions. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be out in the clubs too many, because the showman's going to come, they got to try and holler. They got to try and holler at the big dog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to have a good crew, you know what I mean? You got to learn how to disappear and kind of fall back in the crowd, too, you know what I mean? So,
and now,
the way I grew up, I know how to kind of just blend in, you know, put a hoodie on and hide out.
Well, now, are you a magician? Because you're a big-ass dude. How do you just, like, Irish exit, you know?
Yeah, you know, listen, my bloodline is very mixed up. You know, I got a little bit of everything.
Now, like I said, I follow you on Instagram. Your highlights are dope. And I was talking to Stan earlier. You know, when Mike Tyson used to knock motherfuckers out, you could see that he was like giving it his all when he would put a fool down. But I watch your shit and like it looks like you're not even trying, and these dudes are fucking tumbling. I'm like, yo, what? Like in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? I want that. What?
Yeah. I'm just, you know, I'm just going through the flow. I'm just throwing combinations together. You know, some shots I'll try to really tear a dude's head off, but 90% time I'm knocking guys out with certain shots, it's not even the ones I really was looking for. It's just me, you know, your body just mechanic, it just knows, you know, to throw these shots, and they come out a certain way where I'm like, damn, I heard him, and then he goes down, you know, so.
Yeah.
You know, every fight is different, but usually the one you don't see coming hurt.
Yeah, because I was watching one highlight one time, and I actually did see you fucking bite down and fucking wind up from, like, because the guy was already hurt bad, and, like, I saw you fucking dig, like, hook, and I was like, a part of me was like, damn, that's actually fucked up. Like, this guy's already done? And you were just like, nah, son, you should have signed the contract, B. Bah,
yeah,
bah.
that's all it was. I remember that fight. I got a lot of shit for that fight. And I was like, shit, better you than me. They don't make no highlight reel out of my ass.
Damn.
That's how you got to be in the ring. Till the referee jumps in there, you got to keep letting him go.
Yeah, man. That's the fight game, man. We all know what we signed up for. You know what I mean? I train hard, and I make sure that my ass not on the other side of the finish line. That's all, man. But, you know, the fight game, anything is possible. And the main thing is, man, is be focused and be straight to the game, man. And, you know, and keep praying. Hopefully it never happens to your ass.
So we interrupted you a little bit during a meeting with your promoter. What's going on next? You got some news you could drop for us? When we going to see Big Baby in the ring next?
Yeah, we working on some stuff, man. We got the zone and another entity we're working with right now. We're trying to see what makes sense. We have no exact date of the next fight, but it's going to be pretty soon. You know what I mean? I was trying to do 3 fights in 4 months. It might happen, you know, so we'll see, you know, man. The body feels good. You got Thanksgiving out of the way. So, you know, I don't think I'm going to do anything too crazy for Christmas. So, you know, I'm getting my last 1 or 2 days to really kind of just be a fat boy. And, you know, we back to it no later than, you know, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, that's one thing, man, because I've been watching you. You've been busy. You've been hustling. I'm like, man, am I lazy? Like, this dude's out here fucking, you know, like you said, 3 fights in 4 months, and like, man, I haven't fought in like 4 months. Like,
oh yeah,
I feel like a piece of shit, you know.
Last time I was talking to him too, he started his own promotion company, the whole nine.
Big Baby Promotions, right?
Yeah, man, we got Big Baby Promotions, and yeah, man, we started from the ground up, man. We just working right now, filling some branding things, and you know, getting some soon we working for some talent soon. This is starting from the ground up, really. You know, there's a lot of stuff internally first we got to work on. You know, promotional companies and management companies are not as simple as you would think they are. To do it the right way takes a little time. You know what I mean? And I want to be at a certain place in my career before I take another fighter under my wing and trying to help him get to where he got to go. You know what I mean? So if I can't do it for myself, how can I do it for somebody else? And, you know, a lot of promoters and managers try to sell teams for fighters, and I don't want to be that kind of person. So if I can do it for somebody else, through my work, and I'm all for it. So, like I said before, proof's in the pudding, and we're working on some things.
That's right, because you were rolling with Floyd for a minute, no?
No, I was never with Floyd. Floyd was just one of the.
He's just your boy, you know what I mean?
So, yeah. I was never supposed to sign with him, but it's all family, it's all love.
Got
you.
you.
Now, we talked a lot, we discussed business a lot, but it's never happened to work out on pen and paper. You know what I mean? And everybody's their own boss at the end of the day. You know, like some people want to go left, some want to go right. You know, that's all it is. But there's no beef there, no animosity. But I can always call somebody on Floyd or call one of the guys on the team and ask them what we think about this, and how should I move? So it's all good.
Right. Like I said, I follow you on Instagram. I see some of the rides you got. Like you whipping the Lambo these days?
No, actually, I had a Murcielago, I had a 06, then I had a 2014 Orange Lamborghini Aventador. I got rid of those things, man. It was just I had something bigger I wanted to do,
right?
And there was some liabilities that I wanted to back in my bank account, so I got rid of those.
Right.
Bought a Krizat, what I mean, working on buying a Krizat. No more condos for me and shit, man. I'm gonna buy a crib real quick, and but I still got two exotics. I got a GTR, and I got another one. I ain't gonna talk about it yet. I'm waiting for this guy to sign the deal.
Okay.
But, that's gonna be 1,400 horses when I'm done with that. So
damn.
I got one or two little toys I'm working on. But it's been a little smart. That's all. I had fun. I had fun with it. Made some money off of them and got rid of them. That's all.
Right. And that's why you went from kickboxing to boxing, right?
Say it again?
That's why you went from kickboxing to boxing, right?
Oh yeah, by far. You know what I mean? But even when I was kickboxing, I had Dodge Challengers, SRT8s, and I had a couple little toys too. But I mean, you gotta know how to get cars. How to get sports. How can I say, certain vehicles. You know what I mean? That whole value. You go to auctions, you pick them up, you drive them, you sell them, you get rid of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Too long either because,
we got
I mean, it's just man. This is a liability, bro. So, I mean, cars are all fun, but like I said, it's kind of like a girl. You gas them up, drive them, and then bye.
Well, what do we think? Do we think in 2019 you're going to be able to close that deal where you can get Wilder or Anthony Joshua in the ring? You can buy a lot of cars.
Yeah,
with that
man.
money.
We're talking about that just now. It's a high possibility. Anything is possible in boxing, but we'll see, man. I'm not holding my breath on it. You know what I mean? But staying in the gym, they're staying healthy. Having fun on the journey.
I remember hearing that you were potentially going to fight Joshua. Was there any truth to that? Or was there ever talks about that?
Yeah. It was definitely in talks, but
he watched your fight. He must have watched your fight and then rethought about it.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm not, like I said, I'm not holding my breath on it. I'm not gonna sit here and kill myself thinking about it. But the main thing is being in shape, being ready for anything, and hopefully it happens in 2019. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
All right. Before we let you go, big baby. What kind of burger are you about to throw down? That thing got bacon on it, avocado, egg. What are we talking about right now?
So a burger, man. We got a medium rare. A little pink in the middle, a little pink. You know what I mean? A little bacon, a little fried egg. Get a little crunch on it. Put some potato chips on it.
Okay.
You put the bacon, of course.
Okay.
A little chipotle. You got a little chipotle.
Ooh, the chipotle mayo.
Sauce.
Ooh,
yeah, now you got chipotle mayo is good too.
Okay.
Chipotle barbecue sauce.
Any pickles?
You want to funk it up, you put a little grilled onions on it.
Okay.
And a fried onion on it.
Dang.
Lettuce, tomato, little mayo. You know what I mean? You make it fat. I like my burgers like I like my women. Fat and hot and tempered. You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh yeah.
My dude.
Well, thanks again for joining us, big baby. You remember we did the color commentary a bunch of times at the New York Fight Exchange. March 2nd, we got to get you back. Resorts World.
Yeah, let me know, man. I should be in town. If I'm not at McDonald's, man, I should be there.
Oh yeah, we'll get you some food. We're gonna do some Menace and The Man commentary. We'll definitely get Big Baby to slide in, call some fights with us.
Let's do it.
All right, my dude. Thanks
Sounds
for coming
like a plan,
on,
Big
dude.
Baby. Thank you again for joining us.
Man.
We'll talk to you soon. Thank you again. Big Baby Miller.
His audio
was shot.
Oof. We gonna be able to repair that, Joe?
No, there's nothing you can really do with that.
Joe gave me. He didn't say no. He gave me. We'll see.
It's tough.
You know what? You're more of like a half glass empty, huh?
No,
guy?
No. I'm a glass half full. I'm a glass half full type of guy.
You know what kind of guy you are? A piss and pants boy.
Should we try Tito?
Yeah, I'll let him.
I feel like we had to go quick there with
Yeah, I mean,
Jarrell. We interrupted his
I felt
food.
like he
We
was-
interrupted a meeting with the promoter. We're like fucking this shit up, but he
Ooh.
called back.
I like what you did there. Like, what's up? What do you got going on?
Yeah, he got it though. He's meeting with a promoter. Who knows what's going on there? That they might be booking something big. He might be getting the winner Fury Wilder. Who knows?
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got some shit.
He did-
I wish the audio was clean though. He definitely would have went some funny ways. We were both a little taken back at first because the audio was so messed up. But he insulted some people, so that's what we were looking for. I know
Now,
he's
is
one of
there
those guys.
any chance it's the kind of phone maybe he had?
It was whatchamacallit, Cheesecake Factory.
I understand that, but maybe he had like a burner phone. Maybe we were like,
What, on like a flip phone or something?
I don't know.
No. What are you insinuating there?
Maybe like we didn't get the main line.
All right, let's give Tito a call, see what he says.
You know what? I kind of want to test this now. I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory and have you call me.
Menace
and
and The Man
see-
live from the Cheesecake Factory?
No.
Hello.
Oh,
Tito,
Yes, sir.
what's going on? Stan the Man here, Dennis the Menace Bermudez. Welcome back to Menace and The Man.
Right on. Hey, can you hold on one second? I totally apologize. I just walked out of Punishment
Hey,
Athletics. I
dude.
just got to sign
Oh, yeah, no problem.
paperwork
No-
and stuff.
no,
I'm
One
gonna make
second.
fun of Stan till you get back.
Make fun of me till he gets back?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he's not going long.
What's your shirt say?
Okay, let's do it.
Don't worry about that shirt. We'll get right back to Tito. Congratulations on the win, Tito.
Right on. Thank you much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us. Sorry we caught you in a little bit of a scramble. We ran a little bit late with our last guest, so we wanted to make sure we got to call you, get you on.
Tito, can I ask
Yeah.
you, do you want to know what Stan's shirt says right now? Stan, tell me what your shirt says.
What is my
You're
shirt?
never too old to play with. Is that a strip club shirt?
Yeah, that's why I was saying just forget about it. Yeah.
That's the kind of guy you're on the air with, Tito.
That's
Oh, he's in his pajamas
they gotta rub
still.
it when they have it.
Yeah, you know, we might get Sapphires on as a sponsor for the show, so we might be doing Menace and The
Right.
Man live from Sapphires.
Wow, I'm into that.
There's one thing that sells is sex. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest industry. Yeah, we just wanted to get you
No,
back
I'm doing
on,
great,
shoot the
man.
shit. We really wanted to give you a big congratulations. We're glad the event went well. You got the win.
You know, I just the win in general. I think I started something really, really well. That's going to be even greater in the future. I got an opportunity to give Golden Boy Promotion to start something grand. And I think it's about giving back to the fighters. And I've been trying to do this my whole career, and now I have an opportunity to do it. And I did it with a straight period, man. And I put it on Chuck. I showed that he didn't even belong on the cage with me. I said it since the beginning, but he still continued on of saying he was going to knock me out.
Hey,
All
you
the other
weren't
fans said
kidding.
how he was going to knock me out, and I proved him wrong.
Yeah, he did not belong in the KGU. That was awful. He looked aesthetically good, but you, like, I saw you paw at him just to feel him out, and, like, you wobbled him.
Well, let me tell you, man, he hit me in one punch, and he also had some power behind it, but just
Well, I mean, you
I was
have
ready,
to
man.
respect him.
I worked so hard for this, man. I think it was just, I was on like no other, man. I could have beat anybody that night. I felt great. My head movement was good. I felt solid on my feet. I did all the work for 18 weeks. I mean, that's all I did.
Yes.
3 times a day, 6 days a week, man. That's all I did.
Oh,
was
yeah.
train.
I mean,
I
you-
lived for this fight.
You've been training these last 8 years. Like I was talking to Dennis before we started the show. Like I remember you're running Bellator. You were surging. You were beating even Liam McGeary, and then he caught you in a submission. Like you're far from over the hill at 43. You're still a beast in the game. Like Chuck, I'm sorry, he was a little over the hill that 10 years ago. For him to be calling you
Yeah.
out now. And then I said to Dennis, it's like Chuck called you out and said make the fight, and then you actually were being a businessman made the fight. So you can't fault Tito for beating the guy up, you know?
I mean,
Exactly. And, and that's what leaves a lot of frustration a little bit, too. It's like I came in the best I possibly could, and that's the way it should have been the first couple times, and it wasn't because of injuries. And I was able to expose how good of a fighter I truly am. And Liddell slowed down a lot in his time, but he's the one who bit off a little more than he can chew, and that's how I can leave it.
Oh, yeah, he thought he was going to win. I remember I watched an interview with Chuck, and Chuck said this was a tune-up fight. And I was like, ooh, I don't know about that.
I took that serious,
crazy.
man. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm going to get clowned by a 40-year-old guy. No way. But, Chuck put in a camp. He looked great at the weigh-ins. He looked great at the fight until he started moving around with me. And, I mean, I'm sparring with really, really good guys. Hadeen, from root training, of course, Moses Morales, both the guys they fight in LFA. One's a light heavyweight, one's a 185 pounder. Moses is a 185 pounder. Habina is actually a light heavyweight. And these guys are monsters, man. They're young kids who are just learning the game, and I was able to help them. They helped me more than anything, of course, with sparring and just timing of getting out of the way of punches when the jabs come. You feint, and it's only 2 or 3 inches, and that's all you need to do.
Now, I got to ask, Tito, I saw the little gamesmanship at the press conference. Did you really have spies in his camp?
You know what? Their camp is really loud. They're trying to say, what Chuck was and wasn't doing. I really didn't have spies. Once you live in Huntington Beach, turn the people in Huntington Beach, I'm going to find out. It's my town, man. I lived here my whole life. I'm going to find out things. I'm going to hear what comes around the camps. I heard he wasn't sparring a lot. I heard he was wrestling a lot. And all I knew that what I wanted to do is I wanted to finish the exclamation point of knocking him out on his feet. Fight his game, not fight my game. That's what people expected. They expected me to try to take him down. I didn't want to take him down. I wanted to stand up on his feet and test to see how good his hands really were. And, and I proved it. I put in the work as I needed to do. And sparring was a big part of it.
Do you want to know what really pissed me off about that fight? Is
What's
like
that?
you started doing your signature finisher, like burial grave, cover, and they tried like stopping that. And you know what I
They
loved?
weren't stopping shit.
You know what I loved
Hell
about?
no.
You know what I loved about that fight is like they were trying to stop you, and you kept going. I was like, yes, Tito, don't let them stop you do your celebration. Fuck
No
them.
way. And there's some big guys too. And I was like,
I
trying to hold my
know.
shoulders back. I was like, you ain't stopping nothing, man.
You,
I'm
like, shrugged them
21, man.
off.
I'm strong as an axe.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
And you know what, man? At the end of the day, it's no disrespect towards Chuck, man. When I
Right,
fight,
that's your
I'm Tito
thing.
the Huntington Beach Bad Boy, man. That's my thing. That's my signature. I'm gonna do it. I gave him his respect after the fight, and I was thankful that he took the fight. I just was challenged. He challenged me, and my whole life, I've always wanted to be an opportunity to repay what he did me wrong, and I was
Never
able
back
to do
down.
that.
Now, I'd
Yeah,
have
never
to think,
back down. If I'm gonna fail 3 times, man, I'm gonna try 4 more.
Hang on.
That's just the way I am.
Do you want to know?
Anybody out there who's gonna quit in life, I feel bad for them.
Right.
Why live if you're not gonna try? I want to fail all the time. I fail in everything I do, and that's what makes me a better man.
So I'm watching the fight, right? And then this light bulb went off in my head where I was like, how did I never notice this? You have your shorts that you've always were black with flames on the bottom of them, and his were like white with blue ice from on top. I'm like, whoa! Have these guys always been rivals?
Who thought of that idea? I wonder who thought of that idea. Huh. Go look back at our history. Go look back at the beginning of fights. Listen, I told Chuck to put ice things on his pants.
That's amazing.
I was the one that made that idea. It goes to a lot of other fighters that are up and comers. I tell them just to run with things, and it's a gimmick, man. You got to have the gimmick behind it.
Right.
Chuck was able to do that, and Chuck was a great champion by doing that, and Hall of Famer. So it's just one of those things. You got to be able to market the right way. And at Golden Boy, we're going to do that. We're going to help these young guys come up and become superstars that need to be shown, and not just in a conveyor belt of exactly the same fighters. We want to promote guys. We want to make them great. And I think it's important so they don't have to fight when they're 43 and 48 years old.
so now, obviously, I'd imagine you might have heard what Dana White said about the Golden Boy event this weekend, right?
Oh my gosh. Was that just like hatred because we did well? Jesus Christ, I feel bad for him, man. That just...
Oh, yeah, he was definitely going
Dana's
hard.
a better man than that. He didn't have to go that far. That was just too wow. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, yeah, definitely eyebrow raising. Now, he didn't say anything particularly insulting to you, but he was definitely going hard at De La Hoya. Real hard at De La Hoya.
The things he says, I don't know where he sees it. I'm in awe from it. I thought Dana would be a little better man, but Dana does say a thing on emotions, and I guess I could just leave it at that.
Yeah, it was probably hard for everyone. Like I was saying, even for a fan, you never want to see a fighter get knocked out like that. It just happened to be Chuck, but it happens. That's the sport of fighting.
But that's the biggest thing that made him boned about it, was that it was Chuck and it was his close friend. But if it was me, he wouldn't give a shit. He wouldn't have said anything. He would have been clapping. He would have posted going, "Ha ha! See, I told you Chuck would knock him out." It was put the foot on the other, put the shoe on the other foot, and it was totally different. But it is what it is.
Do you think Dana had any money on that fight?
The way he was speaking, maybe.
That could be the case.
Possibly. I don't know. That'd be interesting. It was kind of funny. Actually, the day before the win, I saw Lorenzo Fertitta at the same hotel I was at because his kids' football team Notre Dame. We were staying at the same hotel I was. And I got to sit down and talk to Lorenzo for a second. And
How's he doing?
he was like, he's doing really, really good, man. He looked amazing. He's like, yeah, just keep doing the casino stuff and just working hard. My kid's playing for Notre Dame. He's like, man, you guys are 20 years old right now.
He was probably jacked.
Oh my gosh, so
He's like,
jacked.
he's like the
Yeah,
ultimate warrior.
Yeah, he was like, man, you look in really, really good shape. I go, I worked really hard for this fight, man. It's just, he goes, Tito, wow, I mean, I'm impressed, dude. Good luck to you. And, we went our ways, but it was kind of cool to see a Notre Dame football team. I've been a fan since I've been in high school. So I have a little bit of Irish in myself, 10%. So the fighting Irish, huh?
Yeah.
One of those things that just happen for a reason.
Yeah, because his son's a killer, right? He's like a
it's
corner.
actually-
He comes up and bangs dudes. Like
Yeah.
And he's not like a humongous kid. He just full speed, just whap, like sacrifices
I
his
believe
body.
he's 5'10", 185.
Yeah, because I had met Lorenzo, even though he was my boss when I was helping to get New York legalized, MMA legalized here in New York, and he's like one of the only guys I'm like, even though he's behind the scenes, I'm like almost starstruck to be around. Just the way he talks,
Lorenzo's a good dude, man.
and he
He's an
carries
amazing
himself,
guy.
and the way he looks, and just myself and I, I'm a very funny, outgoing guy. I was like, man, I feel like I have to be very professional around him just because, I don't know what joke is too much or not,
Yeah, I had that same feeling when I first started hanging out with him. I come to realize he's just a regular guy who's is normal, man. He's really cool, very down to earth. I've always me and him always got along completely. But it was good to see him and to see that we wish him luck and hope we did well. We deserve it. It just shows the respect, the value that he holds. So he is an awesome guy.
So now I heard you say a little bit in some of the post-fight interviews, this is it, right? Tito Ortiz is calling it a career after that win over Chuck Liddell?
As a fighter, you are correct. Now it's time to do some really, really hard work and begin something of a new, hopefully a new experience, a new journey of being a promoter.
Oh, so are you going to be involved in Golden Boy on the promoting aspect?
There's about a good 90% chance of this happening. I have a meeting with them on Friday. They liked it. They thought the show was amazing. They do boxing shows there. We did better than both Bellators that were at the Forum. Actually, all three of them. I think we did better sell. I think we almost did $1 million at the gate. They were really, really, really impressed. They were like, this is so much different than boxing. And I said, guys, we have so much more things to fix. I mean, I'm a person, I pay attention to detail. And there's a lot of things in the promotion that I could help to make it a lot better. And with help with other people who have been also friends of mine that have been in the business, I think it's a home run on both sides and give an opportunity for other fighters, up-and-coming fighters, an opportunity on his main stage of Golden Boy MMA to show their skills. I think it's important.
Yeah, so you talk about giving back to the fighters. What is Golden Boy doing different in payout than other organizations like the UFC and Bellator?
Well, I think we're able to kind of fluctuate and be a part of 60% of the revenue from the whole fight to give back to the fighters. Cut it amongst the guys who have a fan follow recognition. I think that's really, really important. Guys who could sell tickets, being able to play around with that type of money is great. But I think in the beginning, for the first year, I mean, this is just me thinking out loud as a businessman, is you got to start from the ground up. And you got to start with small shows and build those. I mean, I don't want to compete with the UFC. UFC are their own monster. They're huge. They don't ever be bigger than them, in time at least. It's just right now, let's start small and build up. And I think that was a lot of problem with some of the other companies, that they started to start too big and bit off too much in the beginning, where they wasted way too much money.
Right.
I want to be a farmer, and I want to grow up the younger kids up and become champions and show them how truly great they can be.
Oh yeah. So I remember the last show we asked you that we had you on. I asked you what the biggest moment of your career was, and it was probably that fight with Wanderlei Silva, winning the title in the UFC. Does this fight with Chuck Liddell, is this like the new highlight, the new biggest moment of your career?
Yeah, I think this surpasses everything for me, and just because of I was supposed to lose. He said I was going to lose. All the fans said I was going to lose, besides my fans. There's reporters say, "Oh no, well, we didn't know you were going to win." Yeah, but no one would ever say anything. But all of a sudden, when they say, "Yeah, no, we expect you to win," and everyone else is like, "Oh, you fought an old man." what happened when you said he was going to knock me out? And he said he was going to knock me out. It was a 2-more fight. I was like, man, for me to win this one, it was just, and the way I won it, I didn't win it by taking him down and ground and pounding him, but my wrestling on my strength. And that's my strength, is ground and pounding submissions. But I stood on my feet and I bothered him, and got away, and I tagged him with punch after punch and finished it. And I think it is just because there's so much history, so much backdrop of the story between me and Chuck Liddell.
Now, post-fight, was the beef buried? You guys definitely embraced each other. Is the beef all buried now?
Beef's all buried, man. It is what it is. I always try to make a new business, or I'm not trying, I'm making a new business. And I had an opportunity to do it with Chuck Liddell, one of the greatest MMA fighters in the world that ever graced the cage. And I had that opportunity. And now, do I bring him in to help out as an ambassador? I'm willing to do that. I care for Chuck, man. At the end of the day, fighting solves everything sometimes, and in this part, it did.
Oh, yeah.
So Trump told you to become a millionaire, you need to have 5 different sources of income. Where are we at right now as Tito? Where are the sources right now?
Well, number 3, we have 3 right now. We have Punishment Athletics, which is an athletic company I had since 1999. And then I have Primetime 360, which is a management company I had since, it's been 5 years now. And then, of course, Tito Auto Group, my wholesale car business. We started out with 25 cars a week, and now we're doing 150 a week out of Mannheim and Fontana. It's just the numbers make sense.
And
now
number 4,
doing number 4 is being a promoter for Golden Boy Promotions, being a Golden Boy MMA president, and that'll be the next step.
And then,
but once again, man, I got to do my homework. I have to do my homework to make sure this is
right.
A home run. And I'm serious because I've been fighting MMA for such a long time. I got a master's from fighting with UFC over the 16 years.
Right, yeah.
4 years with Bellator. I understand the ins and outs. I mean, when Dana became the president of UFC, he didn't know what he was doing. He was doing it by just being a hustler, going out and hustling. My whole life I've been a hustler, and I've been a hustler, and I'll learn. I'm not a stubborn person who's not going to learn. I learn everything I do, and in this case, it'll be no different.
Oh, yeah. One of the legends of the MMA game. One of the biggest names in MMA history, Tito Ortiz.
But let's be honest. There could be a 5th source of income. If someone's like, yeah, Tito, you're done, you're washed up, and you're like, what the fuck did you say, youngin'? Because I'll smack the taste out of your mouth.
I had no more surgeries. I'm sick of having surgeries. I've gone through 8 surgeries. My spine, I have more. I'm going to be one whole disc replacement.
Oof.
I don't want that to happen.
If Chael started
football with my kids.
If Chael started talking shit hard again, that wouldn't get you back out for one more fight?
On Golden Boy?
Who?
If. There he goes. He's like, who?
Who?
Oh,
well, who are you talking about?
Chael?
If. It's rhetorical.
That guy's still around?
Yeah, he already fought Chael, so that might be a little bit, that might be in the rearview mirror.
That guy's still around? I thought he was gone. I thought Fedor smashed him to bits. He's still talking?
He's still talking, yeah.
Poor guy.
Oh, yeah, I guess that wouldn't be anything.
Let's talk about him real quick. Chael Sonnen, the guy with the best mouth of the South. He's like mouth of the South Jimmy Hart. I mean, come on. I made him look stupid. I clowned him. I clowned him faster than Fedor. I clowned him. I made him look like a little girl, man. Come on. That guy was mush. That guy was mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah, so without Chuck, there's nothing that's going to bring Tito back. So, legendary career, 20-plus years. Thank you for the fights, Tito. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm very thankful. Thank you guys for having me on the show. I appreciate it. And,
I'm sure 2019
will be the beginning of something great, I think, and we'll find out this week.
I love you, Tito.
And I heard the pay-per-views did pretty well, so I'm actually excited to see what the final numbers will be.
Oh, I'm sure the numbers did good. You and Chuck are two cornerstones in MMA history, so I'm sure Dennis is one of the many fighters that you've motivated, many fans that enjoyed your fights over the years. So thank you for joining us, Tito. People don't need to know how to find you, but if you want to let them know,
Yeah, no, of course. Everybody, please go to punishment.com. You guys want to get my walkout shirt. And of course, the after fight shirt of me burying Chuck Liddell. You can get that also. Just go to punishment.com, and we have clothes for the whole family. Please check it out. It's my personal business. Look it out. It's at punishment.com.
And one last.
Of course, you can follow me on Tito Ortiz 1999 on my Instagram, because that's going to be crazy here really soon, because I respond to Dana's tweet that he put out. That was just a little too much, I thought, but at the end of the day, it's about us fighters. It's about giving back and changing the game of mixed martial arts, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right, man. Enjoy your, celebrate. Enjoy this, your time. You shined great through your career, and you're the man. I appreciate having you on the show, bro.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much, man. You guys have a great night.
You too.
And don't be a stranger, Tito. When you got the next Golden Boy event coming up, come on the show. We'll talk about it.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
All right, take it easy.
All right, man.
Did you see my creepy I love you, Tito?
I did. He went right over it.
Yeah. Hang on. Is there any chance? I was trying to be creepy when I said it. That's what I was going for. I want him to be like, what? What the hell? You being weird, boy.
Who? You wanted him to catch on to it? And
I
be
would
like,
have
"What are you
loved
talking
that.
about?"
That would have been funny.
I don't know how much people got room for that in your life. A stranger.
Now, hang on.
You do love him though.
No, I like
in a way,
Tito.
You
I
didn't
like
love him
Tito.
as a fighter. He wasn't one of those guys you looked up to.
No, he was, but love is a strong word.
Well, you're the one throwing it out there.
Well, I was trying to be creepy.
You were trying to be creepy.
Yeah. You ever get creepy, Stan?
Of course. Every man gets creepy. Every guy. Men are creepy. That's what we do.
What?
Not? What is that?
The protein bar.
Oh, you're back.
So I get strong.
You back.
What? Sounds good.
Stan, this is a protein bar. They give you muscles if you work out.
I like to go with Dr. Pepper and chips.
Kim Kardashian eats those chips.
You said that a lot. It seems like that quote resonated with you.
It did. It did.
That quote resonated with you. That's what she does, man. She watches reality TV. She's into it.
When are we gonna get her on, dude?
When she's home, maybe.
Where is she right now? 8:30 on a Tuesday.
She works in North Carolina or something. Should we try calling Cynthia? I hate when we run over a little bit. We ran over a little bit there with Tito.
For sure.
All because of Big Baby Miller. But we got to make room. He's 300 fucking pounds. What are we going to do?
Yeah, you gotta make a lot of room for him. Yeah, if the audio is a little better, I think.
Big Baby Miller.
Well, I think he needs a microphone or people looking at him, and that's when I think that energizes him and he gets going.
Who, Big Baby Miller?
Yeah, on the phone, it's passive, kind of, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
I think
he
put a camera on him and he'd be like, whoop.
He shines with the camera.
Dun, 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 like, he's ready.
Well, I have the little bubble up. Yes, no problem.
Who's Cynthia?
Yeah, I had the little bubble up. Yes, no problem. I'm an idiot, and I wrote, we are ready, you are.
Yeah, you are. That's right. You got that one right. Finally, you're right about something.
Yeah. Well, we never said I was a brain surgeon. We just said I was possibly smarter than Dennis.
Stan, how much older than me are you?
I graduated. I always gauge age by when I graduated high school. I graduated in 2004.
Oh, you're 1 year older
So
than
I'm
me.
1 year older than you.
But you look at least 4 to 6 years older than me.
Do I?
Yeah.
That's just because you're short and you look like a little kid.
I have a beard.
I have a beard too.
Yeah, but it's like a little gingery.
Is it? Yeah, I got
It's
a little
not
ginger.
groomed well.
Sometimes it's groomed. Well, right now, you know what it is? My hair grows so quick. So once I get it shaved, my
You know whose hair grows quick?
who?
Old men.
Old men?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Especially in the face.
Interesting. I disagree with you there. I think I'm doing all right. If I got this lined up, you'd be a little bit jealous of this beard. Oh,
Jealous?
Here's Cynthia. She's going to save Dennis.
Oh my gosh.
Cynthia,
Hello.
how are you? Welcome to Menace and The Man.
Shut up, Stan. Come on, stop, Cynthia.
Muy bien. You worked on it, like we talked. Good job.
Yep. That's how I do things,
What else you got for her, Dennis? Anything?
Well, would you believe
Yeah,
that
keep
Stan
going.
is only 1 year older than me, but he looks 6 years older than me?
That wasn't in Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
Hang on, I'm not doing the whole interview in Spanish.
Well, welcome, Cynthia.
Yeah.
I thought that
Felicidad.
was the deal. I thought if I had an incredible, a real good win that you learn Spanish.
Felicidades por tu victoria.
That was really good. Yeah, thank you. Muchas gracias.
You're welcome. That's all I got. Congratulations on your victory.
He read it.
How else do you learn
You read it?
Spanish?
Hey, that's still pretty good, though.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
He's still a born loser.
A born loser? And then I thought, tried to look up another thing, and I feel like the pronunciation was wrong in Spanish. Like, I tried to say amazing performance, and it said incredible or occupation.
Incredible occupation.
No. Actuación? Incredible actuación?
Incredible action, like action.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
don't know.
figured. I figured Google Translate doesn't have performance right in Spanish.
School him right now, Cynthia. Let him know how to actually say it.
Well, I just congratulated her. You started a conversation
You're
with
gonna say
her.
like increíble trabajo, which is like incredible job.
Oh, well, I'll go with English. My Spanish is trash. I'm sorry. But
No, that
incredible
was still
job.
pretty. No, it was good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cynthia, he tried stealing one of my own moves of...
You tried to steal one of your moves? What?
Well, he like tried to throw me on the table. He's like, well, I congratulate her. You just started talking to her. I'm like, dude, shut your mouth.
Oh, I congratulated her in Spanish.
No.
You said, ¿Cómo está? So then when she answered you in Spanish, you go,
I see. Well, no, Cynthia, I'm happy you won. I'm happy for you. You crushed it. You looked great doing it.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I was definitely couldn't ask for a better performance. Obviously, I wasn't too happy with what happened with the weight cut, but I was happy that I was able to pull through all that and get the job done.
Nobody remembers the weight cut.
Oh, yeah, you washed that away real quick.
Yeah, I know that's what they say, always, but I just feel like, obviously, it did get a lot of attention, I think, just because of the way that I looked on the scale. But, no, I'm sure, everybody told me, if you win, everybody forgets, nobody cares.
Now, have you ever finished a rear naked choke like that before? Like a bulldog choke almost, without the hooks in?
In training, I have not so much like, in a fight, but, I've always gone into that position. I think every fight that I've ever had, I've, figured my way out into like someone's back, either, going for a rear naked or just having their back. It's always just been one of my favorite moves.
Oh, yeah, because I've seen you finish with the rear naked choke before, and there it just looked like you weren't even interested in hooks. You were just trying to rip her head off.
Yeah, it was there. She gave it to me. I mean, of course, I was trying to, position before submission, but, you have those special occasions where, if it's there, you take it. And, like, she didn't feel like I was in a position to, get a rear naked choke or some kind of choke from it, but she, put her neck out there, and I was like, especially after I just, like, peppered her with some punches, that opened it up right away.
Yeah, I like that.
So now what happened with the weight cut? Was it just Argentina? Was it that you hadn't made weight in so long? Like the layoff? What was it?
I think honestly it was because of had to do with just my body, my hormones and stuff. Honestly, like I've never experienced getting my period on the weight cut week, a fight week ever. And I did read stuff on it because I wanted to be prepared. You do retain water. Last year I didn't get to experience it so much because I was always fighting and cutting weight. My body percentage was a lot lower, so my body was just, I wasn't getting it very much. I didn't have to deal with that. But I think this year, because I had such a long layoff, my body started going into a regular cycle again. And this was the first time, I don't know, it was just bad timing. And I just happened to get it that week, and we kind of knew, we tried to prepare it. I actually was the lowest we'd ever been. I had hired nutritionists. I was working with all La Carte's guys, and they did an incredible job. Everybody just did the best that they could, and my body was just not having it. It was the first time I've ever experienced something like that.
Damn. That's one thing, like, with, like, working with, like, female fighters and stuff like that is, like, I don't really work with too many of them, and, like, when they're in the gym training, they're not like, oh, I have my period or whatever, like, whatever. So, like, but if they told me that, I'd be like, I don't know what to do. Like, go over there?
Like, yeah. Well, see, the thing is, it's like, I don't know, it's a difficult thing because I had made comments, too, about, like, not making weight, because I've always made weight, I had made comments about Mackenzie Dern not making weight, but Doris is a whole different situation. I mean, 4 out of the 7 times she fought, she missed weight, and by 7 pounds, it was just ridiculous. We tried to prepare for it, we did our best. I definitely was super embarrassed getting on that scale. I did not even want to go there in front of people. I take this super serious, and, especially with what happened recently, I just felt like this is another thing that where, like, she doesn't take this shit serious. I mean, she had that whole suspension thing. She had this whole time to come back and, like, do it right, and then she misses weight. Like, I didn't feel too good about it, but I'm glad that I got, like I said, got the job done. So we just put all that behind me and keep moving forward.
Oh yeah, luckily it's all washed away now with that victory. That was a very, like we said, impressive performance. So now I would have to think that now that you're back in the game, you're back in the scene, you're right up there as far as the top flyweight women's fighters. So what's next for you? Did they give you a date?
I'm hoping that I can fight. I'm still gonna fight strawweight division. So
Strawweight. I apologize. That's what I meant to say, not flyweight.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
you know what? I'm still thinking about doing that. But probably I'm thinking January, at the end of January. I want to get on the Anaheim card.
Weird.
If not,
So do I.
Sorry.
I said weird. So
Yeah.
do I.
Yeah, it'd be great. No, I want to be there in Anaheim because it'll be in California, so my home state, and I'll be able to have a lot of people there, which I haven't had the opportunity in, the fights that I have had in the UFC. So it'd be great. If not, there is the Phoenix card, which is there's one in February, which that one could work too. But definitely have my eyes set for that one in January in Anaheim, and we'll see what we find. But I'm hoping either the only people that have fights available right now in the top 10. A lot of them already have fight schedules, so hopefully I can get somebody.
So is that what you're looking for? You're definitely looking to go forward, right? Take somebody possibly in the top 5?
Yeah, I mean, whoever they gave me, they put me back on them, 13, but I don't really care as long as they're ahead of me and, I just beat these chicks. I can.
Yeah, it's just a number.
Yeah, their rankings are insane. Like, some people stay in when they're gone for 2 years, and then they took you out. I think they had you at, like, number 6 before they took you out.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really think that rankings mean shit. If you're an exciting fighter and you get the job done and you keep winning, then So I feel like I did really good with this performance, and as long as I can continue making the UFC happy and the fans happy, then I don't think we're gonna get a problem, getting this fight.
So how's been, post-fight life? You've been sipping on cervezas, or what's going on? What have you been getting into?
A little bit
Going on the beaches, or what? What's going on?
Well, it's raining
right.
out here in California right now, but luckily it was after my fight. It was before Thanksgiving, so last week I just got to go home and eat a bunch of bad food. Like
you crushed,
like really bad. Like I don't know, I felt really sick the next day. And like Friday, I ate maybe one time.
Wow.
Did you get back to training yet?
Yeah, yesterday I did. Yesterday I just went for a 6-mile run, and that was pretty good. But just kind of taking it easy. I forced myself to take a whole week off, because I do go crazy if I don't do anything. But this week's the week to get back to it, because if I do decide to fight in January, this is going to give me 9 weeks. So back to work, it's what I like. So I'm gonna get back to work this week.
Oh, yeah. When I look at the women's top 15, you know who I'd like to see Cynthia Calvillo fight? I think be a good fight would be Karolina Kovacevic.
Yeah, that would. I think she has a fight coming up, and I don't know what she's numbered.
Did they have her matched up?
I think I asked, and they said no. Yeah, I don't know who. I think they do have her matched up, but I don't know who. I did ask for Karate Hottie. She's matched up already. I wanted to fight her really bad. I'd call her out, but
what do you think of Jessica Andrade? She seems like the boogie woman.
She's the one that's going to be probably fighting for the title. I actually seen her there. She's at the Argentina fight. She's really nice. I would definitely not mind fighting her at all.
Oh, yeah. So if she fights, that's the rumor right now, is her and Rose. So who do you think would win that one?
Obviously, Jessica Andrade hits super, super hard, and she had that one punch knockout against Carolina. But I think Rose is pretty smart, and I think she'd do, and she's pretty tall and lanky, which Carolina is not as tall as Rose Namajunas. Even though she did beat Rose Namajunas, I think she's just a different fighter right now. Rose is.
Now, riddle me this. Is there any chance that Jessica Andrade hits harder than me?
Hits harder than men?
Than me?
Than you? Oh, maybe. Who knows?
Well, hang on, because let's look at the stats. She's knocked out more people than I have.
Yeah. She knocks people dead.
But that is true. But there are the women, I don't know. What do you think?
Now, let's not get it twisted. Listen, I don't hit girls, but if I were to fight her, I would win.
Yeah, she's too small.
I would definitely take her down. Yeah,
she's
I'm taking her down.
She's too small.
I'm not standing up with her. I'm taking her down.
But you guys got a similar build, and she's smaller, so I think the real fight is you. Fight is you and Cyborg.
Listen, I'm a little more handsome. All right.
The real fight is Dennis Bermudez versus Chris Cyborg.
Who wins? Did we ask her last time we had her on?
No, we didn't ask Cynthia that last time.
Who wins, me or Cyborg?
Dude, you know,
Ooh, she
dude,
hesitated.
I've always an animal. I can't fuck up some dudes, you know? So, I don't know.
Hang
That's
on,
a
it's
tough
just
one,
for
I'm telling
fun.
you.
It's not like
I would say you better take that shit serious if you ever do have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have you gotten into any of the CBD post fight?
No, I mean, they have asked me about that, but yeah, I'll probably start, working into just, getting more sponsorship and just focusing. I'll just leave that and my job of my manager and my coaches and stuff like that. But I just want the next fight. Like I just want to fight. I was into it. Like honestly, after this last fight, even though I'm happy now, I'm okay. Good, it was a good performance, but just having that weight loss, that missed weight, like for me, that's a big thing. I'm really hard on myself. So I feel like I got to get it back and make it all right. I got to make weight and I got to win the fight.
Cynthia, you're like one of my favorite people to talk to because you like some subjects we talk about with you, like you're like open about it and like, oh yeah, I smoke weed, like yeah, my dad like hit me, like yeah, I had my period, So I'm gonna take it to a weird place right now because I've talked to a few female fighters and I feel like, and they're like, man, I get so many dick pics. Are you like, is your DMs just fucking flooded with dick pics by these creepos?
I was just saying, I do get a lot. There's a lot of requests on there with blurry things, and then I just don't unblur them.
Man,
I do not.
What the fuck?
But you can make out what's going on behind the blur?
No, you can't. It's just like it asks you like, do you want it? Like you just like, do you want to like? And I'm like, no, I don't want to accept these pictures.
Now, has that
I
always?
don't want to open them.
Okay, now has that always been a thing with you, just being a female, or as soon as you started getting into fighting and you got in the UFC, like man, flooded with them?
Before it happened, but like now, yeah, for sure, it's just retarded. I don't get time. I don't have time to really filter through some of those like at all. I don't know. It's kind of scary.
Now, let me tell you one thing about me. Let me tell you one thing about me. I've never sent a dick pic ever in my life. Stan, can you say the same?
I can say the same, actually.
Nah, you probably...
You didn't try to say that because you guys didn't say
No. I was going to say, what the fuck's wrong with people? Guys, stop sending dick pics to females or unsolicited dick pics to female fighters.
Like, if a girl sent me, like, a crotch shot, like a vagina shot, that doesn't do anything for me. I'm looking for a full-body image.
I've never sent a dick pic. I've Skyped with my girlfriends before.
And you're like, you want this?
Oh, I've shown some dick, yeah.
What are some things you said to her in your Skype session?
I didn't say, you want to see this dick, like you're saying.
You just showed it to her.
Yeah, just, And
like,
she was showing me things, I showed her some things.
Wow. Like,
she gave me some direction, I gave her some direction.
Wow, like what were you saying?
I don't know. I've been a long distance.
You don't know. You know what you were saying.
What do you say to a girl? Do that right there. Yeah, keep doing that. Shit like that. Dennis.
Come on, be a little more specific.
Use your imagination.
Okay.
We got Cynthia Calvillo on the phone. We don't want to hear about my sex life.
Yeah, it's fucking
I
funny.
don't know. This changed. This went like somewhere else real fast.
Yeah, you see where Dennis takes this? Yeah. We were talking about MMA. You're congratulating her on our fight, and you're like, dick pics, and let's talk about Stanley Skyping his ex-girlfriends.
I'm a complete pervert. But it's all funny, though. Like, when you listen to this podcast, you're like, that's funny.
You see what people...
Hang on, whoa!
Wait. You see what people who don't smoke weed think about, Cynthia?
Fuck off.
Dennis's mind's always in the gutter.
Well, you're always thinking about getting high, Stan. You're awesome.
I'm always just chill. I'm not thinking about getting high. I'm always just thinking about being chill. Being chill, not asking uncomfortable questions.
Well, when things are uncomfortable, to me, it's funny.
Interesting.
Cynthia, right? Like seeing somebody else be a little bit uncomfortable, like you're like.
We lost Cynthia like 5 minutes ago.
And then sometimes it gets really uncomfortable really fast.
Yeah, we lost Cynthia like 5 minutes ago in this conversation.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but I think she enjoys the talk, right? This is semi-gym talk, no?
And she's a girl. She's not in the locker room with us.
It was kind of funny at first, until you guys got a little bit further. And it just kind of got a little.
I crossed the line.
It was okay. No, it was like there, but we stopped it before it got too far.
Next time you see Dennis, smack him, Cynthia, for not having any manners, speaking to a woman like that.
You know what?
If he gets on the same cars, I don't know.
I'm actually disappointed in myself right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm embarrassed for myself.
A lovely lady like Cynthia Calvillo calls into Menace and The Man, and you start asking her inappropriate questions.
Whoa!
That's what happened in my book. That's what happened in my book.
You have a stupid book, Stan.
Well, Cynthia, we'll move on to brighter things. Hopefully, January they get you on that Anaheim card or that Phoenix card.
Yeah, no, for sure. I hope so. And then, hopefully we'll find out.
Hopefully they don't put this pervert Dennis on the same card as you.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Oh my God! Hang on,
I
no.
only expect that he's not on it.
Definitely don't open any messages from Instagram or Twitter from Dennis.
No, hang on. Hang on.
I really did, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Girls aren't sending me boob pictures. It's a difference. Like I'm saying, like I feel bad for these girls.
Oh yeah, I
like
feel real bad for them. Who wants that in their life if it's unsolicited?
Well, here's what it is. Like, what goes to their brain? We're like, you know what's gonna get them to maybe respond? This guy.
Yeah.
Little me. Right? It's just crazy talk.
Well, Cynthia,
I don't understand it either.
Are you single, Cynthia?
Yeah. I don't,
Focused on your career at the moment?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean...
Yeah, so a single woman focused on her career has to deal with douchebags in the world sending unsolicited dick pics. That's.
I mean, you just kind of... Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like some girls are different. Just how you guys think that, like, guys are, they're different. I think every girl's different, but I definitely do not... I don't enjoy that at all.
I can't imagine a girl who enjoys that.
Yeah, me either.
But guys think it's good. Some guys, that's their game.
Well, I'm glad you guys don't like any unsolicited dick pics that you guys receive in your DMs.
Oh yeah, we've had a few love guru type fighters on our show, and I doubt they're sending dick pics in DMs. So
really,
I doubt it. There's way better game out there than that.
Well, you just gotta make the girls laugh.
I don't. That makes her laugh. I don't know.
Well, no.
That.
Well, it could.
It could, yes. All right, well, Cynthia, thank you again for joining us. Everyone, be sure to check Cynthia out. Cynthia Calvillo, one of the best, what is that, strawweight, one of the best strawweights in the world. So when you book this next fight, we'll get you back on. We'll shoot some more shit. We'll maybe send Dennis to the bathroom when we start talking so he doesn't ask you any questions.
Hang on. I thought that... Right.
It went good. It went bad for a second.
That was pretty good, though. I expect better next time, for sure.
We saved it, Dennis. We saved it. Well, we're going to get some Rosetta Stone going, too. We'll see about them sponsoring the show. So we'll have the next interview in Spanish.
Okay. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
have a good one.
We appreciate you, Cynthia. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and good luck with everything in the future.
Keep kicking ass, girl.
Thank you. All right. See ya.
Have a good night.
Joe, did I go overboard?
A little bit.
What?
Not a little bit. Just this.
At what point did I go overboard?
I feel like that's two little things. Like not like you did it twice there, but like, what's your weight? And hey, you get dick pics. Like there's two things you don't really talk to women about.
No. I was asking if people like that's fucked up.
Yeah. I think we.
No, I wasn't like, hey, like, is it cool if I send you one? I wasn't going there.
Yeah. Of course. No. We didn't think that. Fun and games. We're good. She's good. But yeah, we took where the turn went was when you asked me if I sent a dick pic, and then I had to answer you, and then you were like, "Tell me more about it. Tell me more about it." And I said, "We're leaving Cynthia Calvillo on the phone while we talk about me Skype sexing my girlfriend in like 2007."
All right, yeah. So. Well, the thing is you started getting slightly uncomfortable, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I got him on the line. I got him on the hook. I can't let him off here."
No. Now I'll talk about it. I used to be like, play with your pussy, grab yourself, play with them titties, girl. I used to say all types of shit like that. Like I would get in there. I'm not gonna say that when I have Cynthia Calvillo on the phone. Tell me what you used to do. Put the dildo in your pussy and start fucking going crazy. That's what
right, now, you know what? You're being inappropriate. I hope Cynthia listens back to this and she's like, oh, Stan is just such a mess.
Even that, I probably shouldn't even be talking about. You're talking about like private sexual conversations. What do you and your girl talk dirty in bed to each other?
Nah.
Yeah, so what do you guys say? So it's a muted conversation during sex?
I'm in there, I'm competing.
I'm not. Oh no, I'm there too. I don't talk a lot. Girls say, you're very quiet. It's just
competition.
That's the game.
Like I'm like there might be some like it might sound like I'm lifting, like I'm in the gym, or like I'm like wrestling and like pushing through positions and shit.
What happened to Usman?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't like you.
Usman no good. Then we're gonna wrap this up in a minute. Looks like we'll have to bump Usman.
Yeah, I'm done with his ass.
All right. Well, episode 6 of Menace and The Man. Tonight was going a little jambled. Tyrone Pretty Boy James ran a little late on us with his training.
Yeah, I'm done with his ass too.
Big Baby Miller out there making deals.
Yeah, he came through.
He came through, but he
Yeah.
came through 20 minutes late. So then we pushed Tito back, we pushed Cynthia back. But you got to do things like that when you got the possible future heavyweight champion coming on.
Yeah.
You know, by 6 months from now, we might be calling him up and being like, champ.
Yeah.
You just knocked out fucking Wilder, Joshua, maybe Fury. Like when I watch Big Baby, he's a killer. He's one of those guys. He's able to put volume up for a heavyweight. And a lot of heavyweights do that. They throw 30 punches around, you know. He'll throw 60, 50, which is fucking really good for a heavyweight.
Yeah, I hurt my neck today training.
How?
Fucking motherfuckers out.
Just
Well,
what?
see you later.